Before we talk about the games from yesterday, I have to show this clip of Corbin Carroll running the bases because he was running at 31.5 feet per second, which is faster than Trey Turner. So you're telling me Corbin Carroll has 25 home run pop and is now the fastest human to pretty much ever play the game of baseball? What? What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. Aaron Judge was at it yet again. He is proving to folks that he right now is the front runner for AL MVP. The White Sox season might be crumbling right before our very own eyes. And the Orioles, for the second time this year, have called up their number one prospect. First, it was Adley Rutschman. Now, Gunnar Henderson, who follows me on Twitter. Remember, everyone, if you guys are going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself $20 off your entire order. Now, I can't wait for the Dodgers-Mets game later today because DeGrom is on the bump against the best team in baseball, but let's focus on yesterday's game. My friend Joey Gallo got hit by a pitch for LA's first run, and Gavin Lux is quickly going from bust to underrated. And there's Mark Canha again showing up when his team desperately needs him. He ties it at 3 runs apiece on his 11th home run when Gavin Lux comes through again. He's basically hitting 300 on the season with an insane 372 on base percentage, and he leads the league in triples with 7. Like, this kid is a legit threat now. And former Met Jake Reed came in versus his former team, and he got his first career save. He was pumped up because a lot of Mets fans were saying he should be a janitor. He's that bad, but there he is, saving it for the Dodgers. The Braves are trying to avoid losing their 3rd consecutive game, and it started off quite nicely with Swanson and Rosario both doubling home a few RBIs. But it wasn't going to stay that way as CJ Cron singles in Brendan Rodgers, and then Montero brought home Cron. An error in the 5th allowed an extra base runner for the Rockies, and Max Fried, he gets handed the tough L after the Rockies bullpen held after Cron brought in that 3rd and final run on a ground out. Daniel Bard came in, he was nails. He has 28 saves after striking out 2. The Rockies, I don't know when they're going to be good, but they're always kind of fun to watch. The Braves desperately need Ronald Acuna Jr. back in that lineup because they have lost every single game over the last week without him in the lineup, so he is just a difference maker. Now, moving on to another difference maker, we'll talk about Aaron Judge in just a moment. This was the Yankees at their best. You have Benny Bombs going yard for the 2nd time as a member of the Yankees. Rizzo is now in the 30 home run club, and someone who has been in the 30 home run club for, it seems like, the entire season. Aaron Judge added to his totals. That was his 51st home run. It's not even September yet, but it makes me feel cool because before the season even started, I said this. The baseball gods are speaking to me that 2022 is the year that Aaron Judge gets back into the 50 home run club. Hey, you know what? I'm just happy I finally got something right because Akil Baddoo stinks. Jorge Mateo took like 8 years to become kind of good. I got something right. My brain just can't really compute what Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge have done this year. Like, can we have co-MVPs? Johnny Lasagna, a.k.a. Jonathan Loaizaga, he came in and struck out the side, so he's back. And you have Wandy Peralta grabbing the save, so that was a fun game to watch as well. Minnesota is hot on Cleveland's tail, so this 5-1 victory for the Guards, it was big time. Josh Naylor smoked his 16th of the year on a 2-run shot, and Stephen Kwan knocked in 2 on a bloop single. He now has a 4 WAR on the season and an insane 373 on base percentage. Cal Quantrill capped off an insane month of August with 6 shutout innings, only 1 hit allowed. He had a 2.13 ERA in 38 innings this month. Stefan, Karinchak, and Clase, they all had no-hit stuff as well. So Cleveland allowed 1 hit that entire game. Their bullpen has not allowed a run over the last 40 innings. Now, afterwards, I think that Baltimore was maybe sick of Rougned Odor pimping flyouts to center field. I don't know if they're going to release him or whatever they're going to do, but they have called up 21-year-old number 1 prospect Gunnar Henderson. I can't remember the last time a team called up 2 number 1 prospects in a single season. Of course, Adley Rutschman being the first. Gunnar, in 112 games at AAA and AA, hit basically 300 with 19 home runs, 22 stolen bases, had an insane 950 OPS. He's probably going to play third base because Jorge Mateo has been so good with the leather this year, so I would say Rougned Odor is probably going to lose some playing time, and most likely Ramon Urias is going to shift to second base. At least that's what I would expect. I am torn as a baseball fan because we all know I love the Cleveland Guardians, but I really like Gunnar Henderson. I like Adley Rutschman. I mean, Dean Kramer, one of their better pitchers, went to my college, UNLV, so I kind of like the Orioles. Also, a kid I played with, Caden Grenier, he's in their AAA system, so I feel like I can kind of be a bandwagon Orioles fan if they make the playoffs. Nick Gordon of the Twins easily had his biggest game as a big leaguer. There's a 2-run, 2-bagger, and Jake Cave went yard as well. Cave has had a pretty good last few days. Boston immediately punched their way back into it, but Nick Gordon was not having that mess. Almost 420 feet on this grand slam, so he has 6 home runs and an almost 120 OPS plus. That's pretty solid from a guy that doesn't really have a lot of pop. El Kraken hit a tater right before Arise and Correa both combined to make it a 10 spot. The Twins have won 5 in a row. They're 1.5 game back of first place in the Central, but even if they don't make the Central, they're 3 games back of the wild card in the American League. Now, a team that is quickly losing ground. The White Sox basically have to win this game if they want to keep their season alive. And oh no, Nick Pratto torched that baseball 440 feet, and Salvi joined in on the fun as well on a 2-run shot. Pratto then launched his second home run of the game as Salvi singled home another, so the first 5 runs were driven in by 2 different dudes. Michael Taylor delivered in a pinch for a 2-run double, and Pratto stayed hot. He went 4 for 5 in this game with 3 RBIs. I have no idea why the Royals didn't trade Michael Taylor, because he's a sick defender. He has 8 home runs and a 98 OPS plus, which is not too bad. And Giolito has a 5.3 ERA. He has fallen off a cliff. I feel really bad for the guy. Dakota Hudson has to get his control under command because it really hurt him in this one versus the Reds. Austin Romine hit a go-ahead 2-run blast in the 3rd inning, and the Reds continued to pour it on in the 4th. Jake Fraley doubled in India. Kyle Farmer then brought home Jake Fraley, and that was pretty much the game as newly acquired Justin Dunn went 4, struck out 4. He gave it to the bullpen, who only allowed 1 hit with a final, I think it was 5 innings, something like that. I can do math. Now, you guys know the drill. Anytime we talk about the Guardians, we talk about the Twins. Anytime we talk about the Cardinals, we have to talk about the Brewers. The freak O'Neal Cruz kept on mashing, only this time it was on a single, not a 147-mile-per-hour home run. Mitch Keller struck out 10 Brewers over 6 innings, and Michael Chavis had his pitchers back. He ties it on his 14th home run. Rodolfo Castro took a walk with the bases loaded, and O'Neal Cruz played in Michael Chavis in the 9th. Chase DeYoung came in for a nearly 6-out save. He got the job done. Milwaukee is 6 games back of first place, so they're most likely going to have to go for a wild card spot, so they need the Phillies and the Padres to lose. Milwaukee got their Phillies wish as Arizona yet again put up double-digit runs against the hapless Phillies pitching staff. Rookie Corbin Carroll, of course, started it, and then Alec Thomas scored Corbin from first base on a double to left. Again, 31.5 feet per second is world-class speed. That's like a 4.3 40 at the NFL Combine. One fast kid to the next. Jake McCarthy also has 30-plus feet per second speed, and he showed it on this 2-run triple. Then he flexed the muscles, 420 feet on his 5th home run. He's hitting 290 with 21 extra base hits, 12 stolen bases in his first 208 at-bats. Corbin then made some history. I know that was off a position player, but his 439-foot double is the longest non-home run ever hit, at least in the StatCast era. Alec Thomas then brought home Corbin, and the Diamondbacks are winners of 5 in a row. Can they be a Cinderella team? I think they're 8.5 games back. Now, I didn't even get to talk about Zach Gallen. He tossed 7 shutout with 7 strikeouts. He has not allowed a run since August 2nd, so pretty much it will be a full month since he has given up a run. That's 34 1/3 consecutive innings without allowing a run to score. The Padres, they won't suffer the same fate as the Phillies, though, as they got great pitching from Blake Snell, who had 8 strikeouts over 6 shutout innings, and timely hitting from Josh Bell and company. Josh Bell singled home Machado, and Grisham padded the lead a little bit. That was his 16th home run. Such a weird season because he's hitting 195, but he has an almost 800 OPS in the second half, so he's kind of finding it as of late. Machado brought home a massive 4th run for the Padres as Nick Martinez gave up a home run to Jock Peterson. He went to Barry Bonds territory. If Barry was watching, he was probably proud. The Padres do narrowly win, but I'm not going to lie, that bullpen kind of scares me. So the Phillies are now just a half game ahead of the Padres, and the Brewers are 2.5 games back. So Arizona and San Francisco are now tied. The NL wildcard is all over the place. Before we talk about the Rays game, I have to talk about the destroyer of worlds, Shane McClanahan. He was scratched with a shoulder injury, and he was visibly upset. I feel so bad for the guy. I hope that he's going to be okay because he has a 2.2 ERA and an insane 11.1 strikeouts per 9. I need to see him in the playoffs. Jose Siri and Yandy Diaz both doubled in RBIs, and hard-hitting Harold Ramirez singled in Randy in the 5th inning. Jose Siri has been pretty good thus far for the Rays. That's 9 extra base hits and 2 stolen bases and 81 at-bats. Also has a 111 OPS plus. Randy Arozarena hit a perfect home run, so he is just 2 home runs away from having back-to-back 2020 seasons. That's 20-plus home runs and 20-plus stolen bases. Marcus Stroman was going up against his former team, and they were ready for him. Well, actually, Marcus Stroman wasn't all that bad. He allowed 1 single run on a single, mind you, in the 5th inning. Again, not bad at all. Kevin Gausman was great as well, striking out 9 over 6, and look at Teo go. Teoscar Hernandez smoked a 3-run home run. That's his 19th. He now has 62 RBIs. Vladdy adds 1 to the box score. He has 27 home runs, so on the season, he has 55 extra base hits and a 141 OPS plus, and what we are calling a down season. That's how talented Vladdy Vladdy Jr. is. Now, if you're a Tigers fan, you might want to close your eyes. Ty France has awoken. He's been in a big slump, but 438 feet says that he is fixed now. Cal Raleigh went yard after that, and that must have rallied the troops because Seattle exploded for 6 runs in the 3rd inning. One of the few times this year that Matt Manning has looked completely overmatched. So in 2 innings, he gave up 7 earned runs. Carlos Santana hit one to Jupiter, and George Kirby of the Mariners was lights out. 5 shutout innings, 5 strikeouts. He has a 3.16 ERA, so he is proving to be much better than Matt Brash, at least as a starter. Jose Altuve continues to put up numbers, and whether you like it or not, he is going to walk into the Hall of Fame if he keeps this up. I mean, that's 22 home runs to go along with 30 doubles. He has an insane 150 OPS plus, so again, let's be real, he will make the Hall of Fame if he keeps this up for another 3 or 4 years. Christian Vasquez plated Bregman in the same inning on a single to right, and Framber, he was pretty good. He has now won 6 straight starts after tossing 8 innings with 8 strikeouts. He has a 3 ERA over his last 370 innings. Framber is very underrated. Now, last but not least, A's fans, don't hate me, but I'm only going to show 2 swings because that's really all that mattered in this one. There's career home run number 1 for Dermis Garcia, who's hitting .321 in his first 11 games. The other swing, how about a grand slam from Sean Murphy? That is now 17 home runs to go along with 30 doubles. He has a 130 OPS plus and an almost 4 WAR as a catcher. He also has 13 defensive run saves over the last 2 seasons. He is a legit stud. And if the Oakland Athletics do trade him, they're going to get a haul in return, or at least I hope they do. Well, everyone, that does it for today's recap. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. We're pretty close, not really close, but we're getting there to 500,000, 500,000 subscribers. So thanks for watching and enjoy the Web Gems.
Madrigal, long way to go for it. The spin to first got him.
Yeah, just a spectacular play here by Nick Madrigal. Shifted the other. Get a good look here where his starting position was on the other side of second base.
Runner goes, pitches high, throw to second, got him. 11 stolen bases, 9 caught stealing.
Longoria goes after the first pitch, skies it to right field. Soto over and back, leaps up at the wall, and he made the catch.
The wall put his hand up as he got closer and is able to make the play.
To make the ball sink more than it needs to.
Off the bag, Arenado jumps, got him there. Gets the lead man. What a play. And India was standing on the bag at second and looking over at Nolan, and it's like he's saying, are you kidding me?
Pre-game.
This one lifted out to right field. Garcia is back right in front of the wall. To leap up and make the catch.
And that's the bread and butter, so let's just keep that one there. Ooh, Carlos, let's go.
And a rise at the other end. Beck's couch potato play.
It's got to be nice having a guy like this playing behind a defense behind you every night.
Yeah, it's pretty special. It's we talk about it a lot. Just
Birdie on 2-0 drives it back into deep center. Siri to the wall, and he's got it. Siri all the way back to the wall as he made the catch. His momentum carried him into the wall.
This is a well-hit